Good afternoon and welcome to the Hawk Zone. Tonight, the Lady Hawks traveled to Covington for sub-state action. In the last year's span, y'all beat Covington twice. What's going to keep that going tonight?
I guess only if we play together. You know, we can only do so much without each other, so we have to play together in order to win.
We know what to expect. We've played them twice. We practiced yesterday on coverage, and hopefully we'll do it.
Now, say your name and what position you play.
My name is Kaya Sain, and I'm the outside hitter.
I'm Kristen Long, and I play defense on the back row.
Only two seniors on the team. How much would it mean to go back to Murfreesboro and play in the state tournament back-to-back years?
It would mean a lot. It would show how good we are as seniors because we've been along with it for this ride since we were freshmen. So
we've worked hard, and it would be a lot of fun to go back.
When we get back, we'll be joined by head coach Brian Moore for more about football this past week.
College life is all about discovery, discovering new opportunities, new ways of thinking and learning, discovering the latest in technology and innovation, a campus lifestyle that will mold you and help you develop into a well-rounded, successful individual. Start your next chapter in life here at UT Martin Jackson Center. Day and evening classes available, 6 bachelor degrees, North Jackson 45 Bypass, UT Martin Jackson Center.
Well, you don't
Good
study
afternoon
for the
again, and
ACT,
welcome to the 7th episode of the Hog
score.
Zone. Alongside
When you
Coach Brian Moore, I'm Jordan Taylor. Coach, how have the last 2 weeks been as you prepared to make the trip to Martin Friday night?
They've been pretty good. After having 2 losses, it's hard to get the kids refocused at first. But so I gave them extra time off during fall break. I didn't want to burn them out. And this week we've had a pretty good week of practice, so we just hope it'll show tomorrow night.
2 weeks ago, you took on the South Gibson Hornets in a region game, came up a little short. Overall, what did you think about your team's performance?
We played well. It was a good game, real fun game. That's the first thing I told the papers afterwards, them being undefeated and us only having 1 loss. But we just didn't make the plays. It was about 3 or 4 plays. If we'd went differently, we'd obviously had a different result. But we played hard. We never gave up and gave them all they can handle.
How hard is it to refocus in this situation?
It's pretty hard. After you have 1 loss, and that Dyersburg loss, we knew it was going to happen pretty early in the third quarter, so it wasn't really a big surprise at the end. So it's easy to refocus on that, especially getting ready for an undefeated team. But then you take a second loss, and, at first you think they might fall back into that rough tracks like they were last year. So we had to take some extra time off, like I said earlier, and get them refocused. And we've done that so far. This week's been a pretty good week of practice. We went up to Martin Westview and practiced on UT Martin's field on the Wednesday of fall break, and I think that helped quite a bit.
Let's get straight to the action from the Southeastern game. First half highlights here on your first possession. It looks like you're going to have to punt, but you get a break from South Gibson's D-line.
Yeah, they jumped off sides, and I know it's the first series and all, but we got, I think it's 4th and 1 from the 29-yard line. You're not supposed to punt it, or not supposed to go for it here, but I thought, well, might as well. So 4th and 1, we went for it, and I'm sure there's a lot of people in the stands that were questioning that call, but they'll question everything.
Well, at least you got it, no boos or nothing like that.
Yeah, if it worked out the other way, I would have been an idiot.
Next play, we got a good play here by Cordier Kinney.
It was good, and of course he's doing a heck of a job out there at receiver. Got good focus on the ball, watching the air.
Moving the ball down the field on the first drive, over the middle of Cordier once again.
It was good poster out there. Thought he was going to slip through and score, but we eventually did. Were able to put it in.
Tyreek puts it in and puts your team up 6-0 right off the bat. Good start.
Was a good start. Was a real good start. You got that momentum, and of course them being a undefeated team, we're really high at that moment.
South Gibson then gets the ball. We had a 2-point conversion here first.
Yeah, they jumped off sides, so we thought we'd go for 2. Cade had a little miscommunication there. They can't return a 2-point play, so he accidentally threw it out of bounds when he should have took a shot.
But bam, South Gibson hits with the jet.
Yeah, they're real good on the jet and the edges. Number 4, we turned him into an all-world player that night. We just couldn't set the edge. We had some questionable outside linebacker play.
Dude got a 3rd down stop here.
Yeah, I don't know who made that tackle, but he did okay.
I don't know either. You get the ball back, you're up 6-0, feeling pretty good.
Yeah, and of course good mobility here. Then the ball falls out You'd think after 3 count he'd just throw it out of bounds, but we really hurt on that one.
So we got a safety here. That was a
Got a
good job by
safety.
Tyreek saving a touchdown.
It was a great job. After this, we had a little miscommunication with the officials. You're supposed to get a free kick and get a choice. I wanted to kick it off the ground, and kicking in the air, as you can tell, didn't work very well.
Kickoff team's been a problem this year.
It has. We wanted to keep the ball on the ground, squibbing it, and whenever we put the ball high in the air, we've had trouble with it. First time I've ever got a call from an official on Monday apologizing about the play. They actually made us kick it out of the air, which obviously is wrong, but the official did apologize about it and told us it was the wrong call. You can't really go back and change time, but it is what it is. Again, Jet, they pulled that one, but we had sealed the edge finally on the Jet, but we didn't account for the quarterback.
Another Jet type play. He hands it off this time, moves on down the field.
They had real good perimeter blocking with the receivers. You know, a lot of teams at the high school level, their receivers don't block very well. South Gibson's receivers block probably just as good as any team we'd seen all year.
That score here, and at the end of the first quarter, the score was 9-6.
Yeah, I believe it was Hunter Ross missed that tackle right there on the goal line. You can't make mistakes like that. That inside the red zone kills you.
Awesome play by Mark Ballard.
Was a great catch. I mean, he reached out full length. I think it was a 7-yard gain.
Over the middle again to Cordier for a Hawks touchdown.
Again, they couldn't cover Cordier. Most high school teams don't throw over the middle. That's one thing that we've done that I thought was really good for us because we don't have the size to ground and pound all the time, but we do attack the center of the field with our passing game.
Jet once again for a touchdown.
Once again, broken record. Jet.
Looks kind of like the Dyersburg game, you know, just over and over the same play, and these teams are finding your weaknesses in your defense.
Yeah. Again, main part here is their perimeter blocking is like none that we'd seen all year, and they did a heck of a job with it over and over.
Says a lot about your team here, though, right before halftime, they're driving down the field.
It was. When you get a big deflating momentum play like that, a kickoff return, and I come back and answer later on, it's great for the team going into halftime. Get a tad bit of momentum, or I guess the bigger picture here is we took the momentum away from them.
After the fumble recovery, you know, on offense, we got a touchdown pass to Ricky Beard.
Great job there. Ball's placement was excellent. Right here, they covered the center of the field pretty well, so we had to go to the edge.
And this is the last play of the first half. Good job of stopping him from getting in the end zone, but another good run on Jet.
It was, and we were glad that we stopped him there because we wanted to make some adjustments perimeter-wise at halftime to stop that Jet.
A 23-20 score at the half. We'll be right back after this short commercial break with highlights from the second half.
When you don't study for the ACT, you receive a low score. When you receive a low score, you punch the wall in anger. When you punch the wall in anger, your little brother repeats your actions to gain your approval. When your little brother tries to gain your approval, the sophomores misread his actions as a challenge. When the sophomores misread his actions as a challenge, your little brother ends up on the nurse's table. Don't let your little brother end up on the nurse's table with internal bruises and a black eye. Study for the ACT.
Welcome back to the Hog Zone, Coach. At the half, going into the half, you scored a touchdown there before halftime. What do you have to do as far as adjustment-wise to keep the momentum going in the second half?
Really, the main adjustment we had to make was defensively. We'd stop that Jet play. When you go into a game like that where you're having to have a defensive person on each side of the ball accounting for the tailback, the quarterback, and the pitch guy, you really put all your stake in that and stop that. And we really did stop the veer the first half, and the perimeter defense is what hurt us. So we basically just changed some angles, and being a geometry guy, I have no problem doing that at any given time. So we just changed our angles. We still honored the pitch guy a little bit, but changed our angles. That way we could play both of them. And it did help going into the second half and gave us a little bit more confidence about an adjustment. The teams that don't adjust and expect just to get better, that's the ones that usually falter and just turn it down pretty quick in the third quarter.
Let's see how the Hawks did in the second half. Let's get right to the highlights. South Gibson gets the ball. miscue there, and we get a fumble recovery. Another momentum play.
And again, Cordell Bass with that recovery there. Great momentum shifter. We still had accounted for that pitch guy, but he was going to be late because we were worried about the jet. Cordier, great job here out in open space to get the first down. I believe that was fourth down play there, maybe not.
Fourth and 9, I believe, or 4th and 4, or something like that. Had a couple back-to-back fourth down to get in here by Tyreek.
And then the floodgates open there. You could drive both our cars through that hole, literally. They did touch him, though, but you can run for days.
Hey, you're up 27-23. You know, your guys are feeling it. And South Gibson comes back and completes a pass.
They actually threw the ball, and they did a heck of a job of it there. We had it covered, so right as he called it, that's when I got hit. But
guess what?
Jet. That was a lot better than the first half. Instead of a 40-yard gain, he only got 15, I believe. But,
Hey, why not up the middle for a score?
and again, you change your perimeter defense a little bit. It does make the interior defense a little softer. He did a great job there. Our outside backer didn't slide and play the B gap. I believe that would have been Hunter Ross's responsibility there.
That gives them a 30-27 lead, and C.J. Hunt running the ball hard.
Yeah, we decided to run a jet ourselves. Peer pressure got us there. They were running the jet everywhere, and we thought we'd do it, and CJ did a good job there.
After the third quarter, it's 30-27. Kickoff here. Cordell makes something out of nothing.
It does, crossing it, the other side of the field. They were trying to pooch it to give us a fair catch, and we did not. We tried to cross the field with it. Did a good job there.
Back on offense, and Kay gets
Got away with a
pressure.
little intentional grounding there. Official did reach in his pocket and grab it, but then he decided to let the play stand, which we were grateful of that. Ricky Beard, a heck of a job here staying focused to keep his balance and breaking the tackle to get the ball down inside the red zone.
Early in the fourth with a 30-27 score and long throw.
Was a long throw. A little bit wider to the pylon would have been the best choice there if he was going to make that throw.
Right up the middle.
Right
Mark
up the
Ballard,
middle.
hustle play, stops the touchdown.
Does. And again, that's a heck of a job. I got to give it to South Gibson and, of course, Mark, too. South Gibson came back and went for a home run ball. And we got called out of position.
We do make a stop.
They're trying to get a little too cute for their own good here. They try to reverse, which we ate it up pretty good.
Game-winning drive, potentially.
Yeah, we ate up a lot of the clock here.
Was that the plan, or that just kind of how it worked
Oh,
out?
yeah, because it looked like real quick that the last team with the ball was going to win the game. And so we wanted to keep the ball as long as we could and didn't want to give their offense another chance.
Wow, what a play there.
It's a freak play when, I can't say it. I've said it a million times. At the end of the day, they're 14, 17-year-old kids. If they see a ball, they're going to grab it. I can't knock them for that. I wish you wouldn't, but it is what it is. And came down to 3rd and 12, I think, and we gave up a pretty decent play there.
We're going to rewind up to the last play. They got back here to them getting a little tricky.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to that interception, that freak play again. But this is a good job by Mark Ballard getting close to the first down, give you a chance.
And of course, you don't really think about that situation occurring, and you'd hate if you're going to come down and lose the game like that. You wish you would lose it on something like a field goal or some random play like that, rather than some fluke ball get tipped and get batted around and hit 2 or 3 different people and come up as a pick.
And everybody has a chance here, and it just somehow don't make the play. And that
does.
that ends the game, the last first down.
And of course, we kept fighting though until that very moment. I mean, we're using all our timeouts. We did a heck of a job managing the clock most of the time this year, and we put ourselves in the position, and it just didn't work out like we wanted it to.
With a first half of a halftime score of 23-20, and only seeing 1 touchdown by each team in the second half, what was the difference in scoring for both ways?
I think really it's just a testament to the coaches we have on both sides making adjustments at halftime to stop the other's offense. When you have that much scoring in the first half, most coaches was going to focus on defense at halftime, which obviously happened. We didn't really make many offensive adjustments at all. Now, thanks for letting me know I was going to this camera. I didn't know. My bad. But anyways, we made the adjustment defensively, and so did they, so it resulted in a low score in the second half.
You're kind of kicking yourself in the foot, though, in the second half with, I don't remember how many yards, but it was in in double digits in yards of offense in the second half, or in the third quarter alone. where South Gibson took the lead and we never could score in the fourth. Just things not working out for you. Making drives and not coming out on top, a couple picks, and of course the fluke play there. It's just unlucky, I guess. I guess you could say the Frogs didn't have any luck.
Wasn't much luck, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed coaching that second half.
So talk a little bit about what you did over fall break with your team. You know,
All right.
you tell them that we're going to have 2 days of practice. We come up here on a Tuesday for the first day, and or some came Monday, and we have a full practice Tuesday, and Wednesday you say that you're going to do something different.
Well, you know, an off week like that, it's a lot easier for everybody to lose focus, and we didn't really want that to happen. So practice on the game field Tuesday, did a lot of team stuff because you really don't want to get nobody hurt in a week off. If anything, you want to get people to heal up. So we had a couple people sitting out. And then at the end of Tuesday, I told them just the bus is going to leave at 8:10 in the morning. And it's a real smart thing. I think it's smart to not be the first time they play on turf or be on turf during that game, because playing Westview tomorrow, they're going to waste the first quarter getting accustomed to the field, getting accustomed to the smell of the turf, because the smell is just a little bit different. Getting accustomed to the college campus, college stadium, the potential of a lot of people being there. But I had to take them up there to Westview and let them see that the stadium's nice, the field's nice. But just try to remind them at the end of the day, they're not going to hardly fill that stadium up. It's still going to be a high school football game. A lot of kids will get in their mind that they're going up there to play a college team, and then they're psyched out, and they waste the first half getting acclimated to it. So I thought that was a good thing to it, and Ms. Tucker supported the decision, so I said, let's go with it.
And that seemed like a good thing. It seemed like everybody had a good time, and like you said, a lot of people think that around here they don't support the football program, but that just shows you that they do. And going back to Friday, we're going to talk about a few key players. We didn't have any players of the week posted in the locker room, so we'll just talk about a few offensive stats. If we can get those up here. We got Tyreek with 22 rushes, 96 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Good job by him.
It was a good job. And again, I just show how much I'm thinking about Westview. Did he fumble at all?
I cannot remember. I don't believe so.
Okay.
Okay, did.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Tariq does a good job. He's got some good blocking ahead of him, including the lineman and Hunter Ross and Jay Thorpe blocking for him each and every snap. Kay did his normal thing he does. Again, wish we could take out the picks and obviously that fumble for the safety at the beginning. I think that was a big momentum shifter there, and I kind of dropped the ball on that. I should have went out there and acted nuts, but I hadn't done that yet, so I was trying to hold off because I really did think we could choose to kick it off the ground. Cortier's normal. I mean, that's just coming every
He only played
week
first
for him.
half, right?
He did. He tweaked his hamstring, and not sure how well he's going to be able to do tomorrow. He'll be able to play, obviously, but I don't know how if it's going to be another thing like South Gibson, him only play a half. Ricky's obviously come along, got a lot more snaps offensively because of the fact that we've lost a couple people receivers-wise, and he's doing a great job.
What do you think about Cordier? You know, if the injury doesn't happen, you got 7 receptions posted up there with 120 yards. You're thinking 14 to 15 for 240 and 2 touchdowns. That could have helped your football team.
Oh, yeah, and I think it would have got it to where South Gibson might have quit just based on the fact they could not cover him to save their life. And if they tried to double team him, that's what I was anticipating. I was anticipating them double teaming Cordier, and obviously that's going to free up your run game because the box interior is going to be softer and potentially could free up another receiver in Mark Ballard or C.J. Hunt.
Any of those guys up there, Offensive Player of the Week?
Man, I believe, gosh, I don't know.
Did you even do that this week?
We did. We gave them
Okay.
the certificates. They each get a Snappy Tomato gift card, and I don't remember who got it, but I do. Jay Thorpe was Defensive Player of the Week.
What did he post on defense? You remember?
No clue.
Oh, good. Good talk. Good talk.
Yeah.
Special teams? Anybody?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay. You know, it's a good thing.
Eric Wise was a practice player. He don't get his name said enough.
Yeah, and Greer, man, he's just been.
This week he was. He has.
He's been practicing very well here lately. Towards the end of the last week, or not last week, the week before his game, because we were off this past week. Towards the end of the game, and not coming up with points. How disappointing is that, especially in a 3-point game? You know, you get down to the red zone twice, and you're down 3, and you don't come away with points.
It's very disappointing. I mean, we're moving the ball, and it's, you know, you got to give it to them because they have that bend, don't break defense. They kind of toughened up when we got inside the red zone and stopped us. But it sure is frustrating because you get so many chances down there. But the difference I noticed mainly is last year we had 9 losses, and we were not in many of those at all. That was the main thing I noticed. That game was so much different because even though we lost, we had a shot. And 9 times last year, we did not have a chance, and we knew it early. There was rarely a game last year where we actually had a shot in the second half. So you got to give it to them for that, for keep plugging at it. Hopefully we'll get one to go our way here soon.
Thanks, Coach. After this short commercial break, we will talk about the playoff hopes for the Hawks.
If you don't do your work in high school, you won't graduate. If you don't graduate, you won't get a nice job. If you don't get a nice job, you can't pay your bills. If you can't pay your bills, you'll end up like this guy. Don't end up like this guy who's 40 and still lives with his mother. Do your work in high school.
Coach, what has to be done in these last few games in order to get in the playoffs?
To get in the playoffs, you really need 7 wins. So we've really got to get 2 of these last 3. Obviously, just looking at stats and everything, Liberty looks like the toughest team out of the 3, so we definitely want to get tomorrow for sure. But 7 wins is what it's going to take to get in the playoffs. It's pretty cut and dry.
With that being said, do you think your team is capable of doing it?
I do. I think the key tomorrow is really just, and I've said it seems like for a month now, is turnovers. We had, 6 in our last win, we had 6 turnovers. Ever since then, I think we've had 3 or 4 in each game, and we've lost the turnover margin each week. So we definitely have to win the turnover margin tomorrow to have a chance at it. I think if we're +1 in the turnover margin, we'll have a chance. But if we're even or if we're negative, it's no chance for us to win.
We've already talked about a few injuries going on. Westview's had their share of injuries, and we are definitely getting our share of ours now. So younger guys having to step up and play in a big game that determines the future for both teams as far as playoff hopes. So do you think that will affect either team?
I think it may. It could come down to something like that. But, I mean, we've planned accordingly. We've transitioned a little bit to a few times huddling up, which is obviously what you have to do if not as many of the players are on the same page. So I think huddling up is going to help quite a bit for the inexperienced guys. They have a little chance to talk rather than go no huddle and in a hurry. You don't have time to think about what to do, what I do on this play because I'm playing a different position. I think that'll help us out a lot. But, I mean, it's kind of like the New England Patriots attitude is the next man up, no matter who comes out. Because Brady was 7th round, nobody, and then Drew Bledsoe, which was playing before any of y'all were born, got hurt and he came in. Now he's God. He's a football guy. My bad. If that thing was right there, it would make a lot more sense. I have to get maintenance on that. Whoops.
Well, thanks, Coach. Just a finishing thought. You know, you've already mentioned the turf. Will that affect your team?
I don't think so. If it does, it's only on the first couple snaps. Because I've played on turf back when I was in college, and it doesn't affect anything, no matter the cleats you got on. The only time it's going to really have much change is if it's a monsoon downpour, which is not going to rain. Be a little chilly, but I really don't think it will. The ride right now is about the only thing I'm concerned about. And that's another benefit from going up there last week. It's like an hour and 10 minutes with no traffic, so we're looking at an hour and 20, 25 on a bus with North Jackson traffic.
So the atmosphere, you know, with a college stadium, I'm sure Westview will bring a pretty decent crowd. How do you, like you said, keep your guys' head on right and realize that it's not as big as it seems?
We just got to keep emphasizing to them that it's mainly what's in the game rather than things around the game, like the turnovers. I mentioned turnovers I don't know how many times this week, and that they can keep their composure with the turnovers, that they'll have a shot. But again, it's going to be the same old broken record if they were to actually. My peripheral vision is pretty good, you know. Average human only has like 140 degrees of peripheral vision. And I was looking that way and I can see Greg over there. Oh, Mr. Hammond, my bad. But anyways, that's the key, really. Sorry, my bad. Random thoughts.
Okay, well, I guess it's time to get off here, and good luck to you and the Hawks. Go take down the Chargers and get us closer to the playoff spot. Go Hawks. Thanks for joining us in the Hawk Zone.